Hey everyone, it's Rihanna and welcome back to another video. So today is the 25th of April, meaning it is Avengers Endgame day. The wait is finally over. And today I'm seeing the movie at 6 PM. I'm so pumped. I can't believe I have to go to work and work a full day before I go see this movie. I'm excited yet scared, and yes, I don't know what to expect even after all of those trailers. I'm so unsure of how this is going to go about. With the video for Avengers Endgame, I thought I would do something different. I thought I would take you guys to the cinema with me. Not too sure how I feel about filming inside the cinema. I feel a bit uncomfortable about that, but you know, I will see you before, I will see you straight after, and then I will do my usual review for Endgame. I just thought it's a big movie, everyone's excited for it, and it's something new and exciting to try out. I've been wanting to try out sort of going to the cinema with me videos for a while, and this seems to be the perfect opportunity. I do have some theories about who is never coming back to the MCU ever again. They are potentially spoilery, so I shall keep them to myself, but I can probably guess that most of you know who I'm talking about. What I can say without being spoilery is this is probably going to be the most emotional MCU movie, the biggest one they have done so far, production-wise, cast-wise. It's going to be ridiculous. I have a feeling that this film is going to have less of the Marvel humour in it. I don't know why I have that feeling, I just feel like it's such a big, climatic part of the MCU that they may try to have a few laughs in there, but I feel like it's such a serious film and a very dark film that they might try to darken the tone a little bit, and I'll be very excited for that. It's very rare that we get to see such darkness in the MCU. I think we might see some returning faces to the MCU as well. I have no sort of proof of this, but Natalie Portman was at the premiere for the film in, I think it was either LA or New York City. And she was obviously in the Thor movies, so whether or not she makes a cameo in Endgame, I don't know. Excited to see how it's been written and how the story has been worked out, just because I'm so impressed with this film so far and I haven't even seen it. It's such a huge cast and such a huge climax to a huge franchise. It's a lot to handle, and I do trust the Russo brothers to handle it right. One of my friends went to the midnight screening last night and all she typed to me was, "I am crying," and I have a feeling that will also be me later. As I say, I do have to go work a full day of work before going to see this movie, so I best go do that, but then I'm going to share some thoughts with you right before we go in. Okay, see you later. So I'm out of work now. I went on my lunch break to get some snacks. So we've got squashies, some Coke, we've also got some chocolate in there, some popcorn. I'm just gonna go meet Chris now because we need to go into our screening. This is Chris. You've not met Chris before. Hello. And he's literally tapping his leg like in anticipation. He's like so anxious. Like, I got out of the car and he was just like, I just want to go and I want to sit down. And even though it's like half an hour before our show. But Chris has not watched any trailers.
No, I've avoided them.
Even at the cinema he sits there like with his hands over, like, yeah, like that. That's dedication, that is.
Excited. I was going to see it anyway. Like, why watch a trailer?
To get pumped, babe.
I am pumped. You'll see how pumped I am. Let's go watch Endgame. Don't film now.
Chris is like, don't film now, I'm crying.
Okay.
I mean, same. I mean, I just don't know what to say, really.
I don't know either.
I'm a bit speechless.
I think I cried for 3 hours.
I think you did
My
too.
scenes on the credits.
In like little quiet parts you could just hear people like sniffling, and I was like, that's a mood. Oh my goodness. I think I have like every emotion. It's mad.
Yeah, like you'd be crying 1 minute and then laughing the next.
God damn it, Marvel, why would you do that to thing? Oh man. A few of the things I thought would happen had happened, but I didn't know they'd happen in such a way. Yep. And now I hate myself a little bit. Oh. I shall record more coherent thoughts when we have returned home. But oh my days, my heart hurts a little bit. So we're back from the cinema, it is the next day. I've managed to collect my thoughts on Avengers Endgame, so let's talk about it. Avengers Endgame is the fourth and final film in the Avengers series of films in the MCU. It is directed by Anthony and Joe Russo and stars the likes of our returning favourites, Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, and all of your other faves. And Jeremy Renner is back as Hawkeye. Where has he been all this time? It takes place right after Avengers Infinity War. We follow the remaining Avengers, mostly the original 6, as they try and piece together how they are going to undo Thanos' snap that wiped out half of the universe. I really like the fact that Endgame mainly focuses on the original 6 Avengers, so Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. It was very nostalgic that the film focused on those 6, as they are the ones that were originally in the Avengers. It felt like it came full circle, starting with them and ending with them. Everyone in their role was great as usual. We have Chris Evans as Captain America, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, and I would like to give a special shout out to Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man / Tony Stark. He has been doing this for 11 years now and he kills it every single time and just gives a great performance in this film. And another special shout out to Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff / Black Widow. She really stood out to me in this film as well. Her character arc was just incredible. I also really enjoyed the character arc of Hawkeye. Hawkeye is finally back. Yay! It's funny that the people that gave the best performances for me also had the best character arcs here. Everyone in general was great. This is a cast of like 60 plus named characters. They all did a fantastic job, but those 3 characters and their arcs were my favourite in this film. One major issue I had with this film and its characters is what they did with Thor's character. I won't spoil what happens to Thor or what goes on with Thor's story, but he's played off as a joke for most of the film. I thought after Infinity War and Ragnarok, Thor had come a very, very long way character-wise. I had a big issue with how they handled Thor in this film. Obviously we have so many characters to follow, we can't fit them all in for a huge amount of screen time, but there were characters that I thought would be in Endgame more that weren't, so that was kind of disappointing, but you know, I'm happy that the core 6 were the main focus of this film. With Endgame being the last film in the series, it definitely gives fans closure for the characters, but also gives you hope for the future for some of the characters as it sets up for future films. The plot of Endgame is very spoilery and very complicated, so I'll leave that out, but I feel like fans are going to be very satisfied and very impressed and shocked by the events that unfold in Endgame. It's very, very cleverly planned out. It's a lot to take in, but trust me, it's worth it. Marvel fans are going to be fangirling over how they've pieced this story together. Marvel know exactly what they're doing. They can play on your heartstrings. Trust me, I cried at least 3 times during this movie. Endgame was a lot funnier than I expected it to be. The Marvel humour is still there, alive and kicking. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. But for the most part, the comedy works. I just didn't think it'd have so much humour in it. I thought it was going to go for a darker route, which I think may have worked better. But you know, it's an Avengers film. What would it be without the banter? This is a 3-hour-long movie, so get some snacks, okay? Because you are gonna need them. The Russo brothers have managed to pack so much in to this 3 hours. I'm glad they took the risk of making it a 3-hour-long film because the first quarter is a lot of exposition, a lot of explaining, and if they had half that, the first film out of the 2 Endgame films would have been so boring. Having the slow emotional build-up definitely aided the finale because it just packed a punch 10 times harder. They had to tell a complete story and they did. There were some scenes that felt a little bit slow and some scenes that weren't too necessary, but you know, it all worked out in the end. The story flowed well, I'll give them that. They took a risk and it paid off. The action here is so incredible. To work with so many characters is just insane. I think every character in this movie got their moment to shine, to show off their powers and their abilities. People were cheering, people were clapping because of this action. It just got me so hyped up. The last hour and a half, I was so excited and so pumped watching this film. It was, oh, just my dream. It's really sad now that the Avengers films have come to a close. Endgame was everything and more. It was bigger, it was better than anything Marvel has done before. Overall, a great film for characters, for story, for action. Endgame isn't without its flaws, but I have to hand it to everyone who was involved for taking risks because I feel like the Russo brothers and the cast and everyone involved gave the Avengers the finale and ending they deserve. So those are my thoughts on Avengers Endgame. If you want to hear me talk about spoilers, I'm actually doing a live show with Nicole from Nix and Nax on Sunday. I made a video about it. I'll leave the link here so you can find out all the details. We will be talking all about spoilers, so go out and watch Endgame before then. I hope you guys enjoyed my review and going to the cinema with me and experiencing Endgame with me. It was a lot of fun. I hope I can do more videos like this in the future. If you liked this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. All my social media links are down below in the description if you want to come follow me. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye!